And welcome to the stream. Welcome to 6WC Edition 2. And we're gonna have today the Mappool showcase for the qualifiers. And also, we're gonna have the team reveals. And well, for this, I'm gonna be joined by with actually Wooden Pickaxe. So welcome, Wooden Pickaxe.
Hello, welcome back. 6W6 is back, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to start with the Mappool showcase first. We are gonna have about a 5-minute break, and then we're gonna start the team reveal.
And it's gonna be quite interesting as we're gonna see, some new players and some not so new players as we can expect. I think we are ready to get started, and I think we're gonna start slowly with that Nomad 1. And it's Christmas, actually, in summer. Can you believe it? The background shows this is Christmas and it's gonna be Nomad 1. Believe in. And we're played by Steboki, so thanks for the replay.
Oh, it's 196 ppm, kind of speedy Nomad 1, I have to say.
Yeah, so it's overall pretty consistent Nomad 1, as you can expect. It's just like, for your usual Nomad 1, there's actually a bit more tapping. There's quite a lot of push compared to other Nomad 1s, but this is still pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it's very... If you can play OD8 really well, this should be fine for you.
Yeah. Also, there isn't like big aim sections, right? This is pretty consistent, but the BPM, close to 200 BPM, is actually showing that, this is more about the fast aim and short aim consistency. But it does really work as a Nomad 1. What do you think?
Yeah. Nothing too crazy, actually.
Even the hard parts that we can consider, like, during the song isn't actually too hard and still very, very consistent. Also, not a lot of things to misread for non-nomad player. The HD enjoyers, as we would say. Still some parts though. I can definitely see some of misreads. If you're still sight reading a qualifier at the 6WC, please don't do that. But
please don't sight read this.
Yeah, no. I mean, still Nomad 1. You can still sight read, but if you're more comfortable on HD, it can be, a bit disturbing to play it.
It could be confusing at times for you to read this, but if you're a normal player, this should be fine for you.
Oh yeah, it's actually really, really comfortable. The only issue, Nomad 1 in general, especially for qualifiers, is because you play them the maps in order. Well, you have to play Nomad 1 firstly, and with nerves, Nomad 1 can be really a disaster, especially if you're not too experimented, and you cannot really control your nerves, and it can be very difficult. Yeah.
You have a really big nerves issue and quite a long map with very consistent aiming and patterns, so
yeah,
nerve control is going to be very big at this map.
Yeah, really does really favorite still the normal one specify players because of the nerve control in general at the beginning of a qualifier. So yeah, it's just gonna advantage the more experimented players overall. But yeah, like you can see on this number 1, there's no surprise on this number 1. This is just consistency, a bit more tapping than usual number 1, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
The aim is not very spicy or anything. It's just working well. Fast in BPM.
Right. That's number one. Thank you, Stephen,
Mhm.
for providing the replay. We're going
Mhm.
to go to the number two next.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a Tuhu song.
It's gonna be
Tuhu
Toho
number
song.
2. Yeah, pretty, pretty cool, right? Um, so this number 2, uh, so for the stats, actually it's gonna be 180 BPM, CS 3.8, AO9, OD 8.5, and it's gonna be 2 minutes, so pretty usual number 2 in terms of stats, right?
Yeah, it's not that long. Nothing too crazy here. No stamina checks. No death streams. It's just nine notes at most, and a lot of
Yeah.
5 notes bursts.
Yeah, it's more of a burst check. You know, if you can't really burst, especially at that BPM, you know, it's still 180. So if you're more into low BPM streams, that you're just gonna struggle, and if you're really specialized on high BPM streams, then you're just gonna drop hack everywhere.
Yep.
Also, yeah, at the middle of the song, there's actually 1/3.
Yeah, there's a 1/3 section, so it's gonna
Mm.
check your finger control a bit.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
just a little bit. Yeah.
also keep in mind this is already 8.5, so if you can hack streams very well, this map is not going to be easy for you.
Oh yeah, actually, this can be quite hard to hack if you don't have, you know, the stability of tapping that it actually checks. It really does check consistency in terms of tapping.
Yeah.
As for number 1, it was more consistency in terms of aim and a bit of burst. This one, you know, has a bit of aim, but nothing too crazy. And like really does like test those tapping in terms of consistency. No big traps on it. It's just like the burst sliders, right? That can caught you off guard.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Otherwise, this is a solid map for your number 2.
Oh yeah, I really enjoy it as a number 2. Also, yeah, that last stream a bit more space compared to the rest of the song, so maybe there's gonna be misses because of the nerves
Yeah.
at the end of it.
But that's it about number 2.
And we're gonna see number 3, the alts map.
Right, looking at the stats, this is 135 BPM, 3 minutes in length, TS4, usual, R9 and OD8.
Yeah, so also the replay has been done by Jaden as well for number 2, so thank you for those replays.
Yeah, thank you.
And so this number 3, first thing I like is the fact that it's not very single tappable for
Yeah.
you know, sometimes it can be very easily cheesable with the single tap, but this one is not cheesable with single tap. Usually, actually. Can depend on the players though. So it really does like test the flow aim alt. Nothing like there's not like alt section that tests really like the stability of your alt. But it does like test the alt space, you know, in term of spacing.
Yeah.
In terms of density, a bit of sliders that you can easily break on them. Some psych on it, you can see. Some like patterns that can be also a bit spicy for number 3.
Yeah.
And you know, it does really test a lot of things for number 3. It's pretty much like the gimmick of the entire Mappool, by the way. A lot of the maps does actually test a lot of things. In general, so
yeah, doesn't test just one skill set, but it tests all skill sets that you need for every respected.
It does really test like multiple skill set for specified picks. Like for example, we're seeing that number 3, but this is also the case for the HD1, the HD2, HR2 also a little bit, DT1 also. Like, a lot of the picks are gonna be testing multiple skill set at once, as it really does well for a qualifier, like a typical
Yep.
qualifier. But yeah, coming back to number 3, the map is pretty long.
Yeah.
For unusual number 3, still this is like pretty fair, right, in terms of length. But for the hits difficulty, this is pretty long and it does test a lot of things. I can expect like a 400k, I think, in terms of average, or 300k on that as an average. Oh yeah, some of the patterns are really nasty in terms of funeral patrol. I forgot about that, but also that OD8, you know, it's not like the OD like 7.5 or anything cheesable like that. It's still pretty hard to hack, I would say.
Yeah, it's not very easy to hack this, so. Oh hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Thank
That's
you.
all from number 3.
Yeah. And we're gonna see the tech pick number 4. And I would say this is, you know, an interesting map, right?
Yeah.
And,
A very unique map, yeah.
very unique map and very unique song also. This isn't the usual Nomad 4 that you will encounter usually. You know, this isn't like a type of Kamiya song or anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, coming back from the set, it's 4.3, so pretty high CS for the Nomad 4. AR9, OD8, again pretty high OD4. And Nomad 4, and you know, in terms of mapping style, I would say this is still like tapping favorite. It doesn't contain a lot of aim, right? The aim will come after later in the Mappool.
Yep. Very tapping check for a Nomad 4.
Yep.
Maybe a bit of slider aim checks, something
Yeah,
like that.
also a bit gimmicky, I would say. Like,
Yeah.
it does like that Nomad 4, like combined with that Nomad 3, does combine all, like does test also the Nomad 6 slot that will come after later in the rounds. You know, those 1/3 that can be very hard to hack if you're not used to them. Also, not very stable song like to get on it. So if you're not like getting a catch on the song, it can be very, very hard to hack this.
It's very hard to play this, in fact. You can miss a lot of patterns, a lot of streams, and a lot of sliders too.
Yeah. Coming back for a more tapping section, or we're gonna see, like, for example, some sliders that are not side treatable at all. I think, yeah, this one.
Yeah, this one.
This can be also as like miserable for sure in round. I mean, in qualifiers. This one also, and you know, it can be quite dangerous if you have a lot of nerves, and you know you can forget kind of the map. Don't play that Nomad for if you those kind of players.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was Nomad 4.
That was from 4.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Yeah, we go to Hidden 1. So, Hidden 1 is very unique. It's 137 BPM, but BPM is lie. Very check at a certain part.
If I would say like my most preferred map in the pool, that would be this.
This is one, yeah.
That would be the like my preferred map in the entire pool. OD7, as it's specified on the, you know,
The player's name.
yeah. The problem is, yes, it is OD7, but the difficulty isn't really here. It's still very hard to hack. The patterns are really, really nasty. This is also alt tapping.
Yep.
It's single tappable, but can be quite disturbing if you're like more into binary signature. Also, like very misreadable overall
Yeah.
for energy. There's some nasty patterns that we're gonna see later in the map. There's also quite tapping check.
Yep, this is a 200 BPM to be precise. This is 1/6, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you can burst this kind of like this is not very like comboable if you have trouble like with a high BPM check on the
hidden one, yeah.
burst. And yeah, also on the hidden, the difficulty also is the hidden aspect. Those sliders, you have
the sliders.
to be careful.
You cannot sidetrack this. You have to practice this so you can actually understand
Yeah.
the mechanics of the sliders.
I think this is the most like difficult in terms of gimmick map. You really have to like at least put like 2 or 3 tries to understand the map, and this is an at least, right? If you're not an HG specialist, it is gonna be quite difficult playing this map, especially this part.
Yeah.
Because there's no place to have the rhythm check.
Yep. This is the only break you get from this map.
Yeah, this is the only break, and this is almost at the end. So
yeah,
it's really just it's not very useful break, and furthermore, it's actually a very difficult break to have because this is late in the map. You can have more nerves, and those hundreds that you saw. A lot of them can happen just because you can misread those bursts. You can tap too early, too late, and that OD7 will not save you from that.
Yeah.
I love this HG1. Just being honest, this is very, very cool.
It's very balanced, yeah.
Yeah. And HG2.
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 HG2. HG2. It's the thing about getting us, enjoyer in the same VC to commentate a Mappool showcase because we're just gonna see AG2 and we're just gonna be happy. And this AG2, can we talk about it? Just a bit.
Yeah, it's very aimy. Some reading patterns overall. Of course, it's all of AR8 map on the pool. A7 point. I don't think it's that. It's not that hard to hack. Personally,
it's not too hard to hack, but the difficulty that will cost you hack is actually the fact that you can misread a lot on this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of traps in this AG2. It does test a lot of things. Just a bit difficult compared to the rest of the map, I would say, but this is just a personal opinion. For example, those 1, 2, 3 that you just saw, you can misread them.
You can misread that.
As a triple. Also, those bursts, a bit of wiggly patterns, are you can over aim them.
Over aim that, under aim that.
Yeah.
Maybe tap too early, tap too late, something like that.
Yeah. And just don't forget that you just don't want to miss in those aim parts. These aren't too hard to aim, but still quite difficult. Yeah. Also, those doubles.
Those doubles. We see them at the start too.
There's actually a lot of doubles. Stream section also at not at the middle of the map. Almost at the end. Yeah. Of the map. Yeah, to the map, I would say. So it can cost a lot of hack and also a bit of combo. Those tap and go will cost.
Oh, this overlaps too.
Overlaps too. Then coming back to burst, and it's really about the stop and go for like the aim section, and also in terms of tapping. So there's a lot of room to misread them. last subals, but those aren't very hard to read. Last same part though is a bit awkward, so can be difficult. And yeah.
That's our beloved Hidden too.
Hmm?
After Hidden, you know what comes next is the Hard Rocks.
Yep. So okay.
There's a lot of things to talk about this Hard Rock one.
I have a lot of things to say about this Hanok one. First of all, I don't want to talk about the music. I'll let you play them for it's a. Let me check. I think this is a 4-minute song. No, 3 minute.
No,
3 minute.
2 minutes and a
46.
half. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So okay, it's alright. But I let you judge by playing it and playing through the entire map and the entire song, and then after you can get a feedback actually on this HO1. After I say that, we can talk about the map now. Everything is clear. So it's gonna be your usual CS5 and 2, AR10, OD10.
OD10, yep.
So it has to be precise. Also 5-star. So yeah.
It's just barely 5 stars, so it's gonna test your Hard Rock consistency overall. Some bursts here and there. It's not really. This map isn't really that flowy, so. If you're. Yep.
Yeah. It's more like raw aim overall, so it does really conquer the all of the flowy text that we already encountered earlier in the Mappool. So this one is gonna be just raw aim, and there's like bursts here and there. That's pretty like this is just few bursts overall in this H1. This isn't like. Okay, I have to explain one thing. This is written flag DE, and this is flag of Germany because Jaden is German. And he's German.
He's German.
Right. Okay. Coming back to the map. Actually, not the song place. The song no, but the map. Well, yeah, the map actually. And. It's really consistency raw aim, pretty much. Those bursts aren't really missable if you're comfortable with HR in general. This is a pretty long map, so a lot of room to miss one of two notes, and it's gonna score cap overall your average score.
Also, you have to remember the OD10. If you can't like OD10, this map is not going to be easy for you.
Yeah.
Especially on those jumps and consistency on aim.
Yeah, you really want to have your usual HR roster to play it.
Yeah.
And if there's a field player on your roster, it's gonna be we're gonna see it on the paper. Actually.
Yeah. If you can't.
Yeah.
Basically, if you don't really play HR, your score is gonna prove it.
Yeah, you're gonna get almost 200k, I would say, and that's gonna be it.
80% accurate as well.
It will really cost a lot of seeding, in general, since I believe all of the teams. I mean, not all of the teams, but at least most of the teams does have. An HR roster in general. So if you don't have an HR roster and you see that HR1, it actually can cost a lot of seeding.
Yeah.
And yes, I wanna cry on this song of HR1.
Indeed.
Yeah. Indeed.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
Our beloved position map. HR2.
Yeah. It's gonna be Mercury Lamp. So it's gonna be CS 6.5 as expected. Year 10 OD 9.8, so not OD 10 but pretty close to it. The thing about Mercury Lamp, it's actually usually used as
As a free mod.
yeah, as a free mod too. Generally, it's just like right now it's used as a HR2, so it does actually make sense because well, it's still in time mode and well precision on HR, so it really does make sense to see it like that. Also play this with no fail because if you miss one time, you're just gonna fail. So if you practice it, just use no fail. See, those bursts can no, those sliders can be quite tricky to aim, especially if you're not comfortable with the high CS, and I can expect a lot of players missing on them because just of the nerves.
Yeah, of course. And also on their aim overall, because this map is not that easy to aim.
Oh yeah,
also,
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Also, it does contain like some aim parts. Nothing too crazy, but this is still CS 6.5.
Yeah.
And there's like some patterns, some doubles, some triples.
Some triples, and also we seen stream at the middle of the map. So
yeah,
it's not just aim.
Sliders. There's a lot of things on this.
Yeah.
So again, it does test a lot of things for Nature 2 in itself.
Yeah, it's not just one skill set.
Yeah,
it's multiple skill sets.
Like it's not like a usual like HR2 in qualifiers. It does just test like aim.
Yeah, only aim or only tapping.
But like right now, it does test a lot of things. So I really like. Also, don't forget those 4 last circles, please.
Yeah, people are gonna fall for that.
I know the map is almost over, but please don't give up on the last second. Thank you very much.
Right.
And DT1.
DT1. So this is our first custom map.
Custom map.
Thank you, Xcores, for mapping this amazing map.
Yeah.
So.
It's a really, very nice map. It's gonna be a GT1 of very long DT1.
Very long DT1, so. Mostly, the issue of DT1 in qualifiers is it's either too short or too easy. So people are gonna see it like a lot. So this one, it's not just aim, yeah.
This one, it's not very choosable because it does contain a bit of aim, a bit of tapping, a lot of things like the T1, like what I said earlier. It tests a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it does test one thing that other DT1 doesn't test usually. It's really the consistency. Like, you have to be consistent on DT to do well on this.
Do well on this, yep.
if you miss 2 or 3 times, like overall in the map, right? Here and there, you're just gonna get like 500k, like
maybe
600k
less
at max. Yeah, and maybe less actually. So like, if you start missing, especially with nerves and a bit lack of experience with DT in general, it is not a good map for you. Like, it's not like the type of map you just throw the roster like, oh yeah, it's CT1. Let's throw the roster. Let's see. It's CT1, easy to FC. Everyone can FC it anyway. No, this one.
No,
this not gonna work.
Also, Bastian is playing pretty well, but it's not easy to achieve. This is last time I did it. I get like 96 on my third try.
Yeah.
My first try is very, very bad, 90%. So yeah. This part is the only break. No, I don't.
No, there's no break actually, but this is still a small break. It's not an official break, but still a little bit. This is OD 8.9 after DT, so this is really hard to hack in general. The CS, however, is a bit, low.
On the bigger side.
Yeah, 3.7, so it does get like a bit of room to not miss him, but you have to be very consistent overall, and for a custom map, I love it.
Yeah, me too.
this is, usually I'm not big fan of TT1. I'm not a TT1 player myself, like, at all. But this TT1, it's lovely. It's really lovely. I really love
Really
this one.
good. Good as playing and also testing players at the qualifiers as well.
Yeah. Thanks for all the playtester and all of the, replayers also, Mappoolers also. And thanks for the amazing job. As I saw the Mappool, I was very happy to see it and very happy to commentate that Mappool showcase for this qualifier.
Okay, TT1 is done. Let's see the last map of the map pool.
TT2.
TT2.
Yeah.
Maybe people are gonna be very, very familiar with the song.
Yeah.
It's your finger control.
Yeah, very, very familiar song in the Yuzu community at the very least. Domestic Nakanacho, I think this is the opening. And the thing is that, overall, those CTs does contain a lot of tapping. We're not gonna lie. But this CT2 does test more of the finger control aspect. Also, in terms of BPM, it's a bit lower, so
it's just 194.
Yeah. Also, I can see a lot of players struggling with the stamina thing compared to TT1. Sure, like TT1 is longer, but in terms of stamina intensive, I find DT2 harder.
DT2 is a bit harder on the stamina side. Also, it has just the same OD as the DT1, so I think this is not really easy as well.
Oh yeah, no, especially in terms of accuracy. And, if you start missing, I can expect a lot of players, if one player decide to miss on one of those patterns, I can expect a lot of the players start panicking after the first miss, being like, oh no, I shouldn't play this one. I should let my my friend playing this, and it can turn. I think this is one of those maps that can turn into a disaster in the qualifier in general.
Yeah.
It does really favor the players who doesn't really have a lot of nerves, because if you start having nerves, it's really hard to recover.
It's very hard, yeah. You're gonna lose ag, and
in terms of mindset, this is very hard to recover that DT2.
It's really not that long of DT2 as well. Recovering is gonna be pretty hard as well.
Yeah, it's not too long, however, so at least the disaster will not be too much big of a deal. But if overall, if you have a bad roster in DT, which can happen sometimes,
yeah,
that DT2 will probably be the one who will cost most of the seeding, because you have to be comfortable in DT to play this one.
So that is all from today. Mappool is going to be released soon on the main sheet, so stay tuned for that. Also, remember, after this, what will I have after this?
I think we're gonna have the team reveal.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we're gonna have 5 or 10 minutes breaks. Depends on the stuff going on and the organization overall. But yeah, we're gonna just have a small break, and then we're gonna have the team reveal. So stay tuned for that. And that's it for the Mappool showcase. Do you have nothing more to say, Wooden Pickaxe, for this Mappool?
Thank you everyone for watching. Please stay tuned. Don't leave yet. We're gonna release the team reveal soon, so stay there. We're gonna have a 5 to 10 minutes break. Grab a drink, grab a food. Make yourself comfortable.
Stay hydrated and take care of yourself, please. And this was Kristen Joyer, Nightmare streaming this, and Wooden Pickaxe. Thank you for joining me for the commentary on this Mappool showcase, and that's gonna be it for us. And see ya, everyone.
Hey everyone.